forget most of the time. I forget most of the things I talk about. So yeah,
That's okay.
where do I begin? Like first of all, about the search program. The reason why I'm not planning to join it is because I think I do have the momentum going on. Because when I look back at the things that I've done, when I join any program or anything, it's usually the same thing that I do all the time. And the mentors are just like, hey, you have to do this. And I already know that's what I have to do. It's just that I have to pay them in order for them to tell me the same thing. So
Hmm.
that definitely puts a pressure on me with the fact that I have paid and I have to get to work. But I thought, how about I do it myself instead of, uh, yeah, just did not want to do that as of now.
Hmm. Okay, that's
So,
understandable.
is it?
Yeah, I mean, like there are many. You have to know your reasons why you want to join. If because they're like you said, like tactics are same everywhere. Like I've joined like so many like coaching programs on how to coach, and I've seen them from other people, and it's the same thing all over again. So for me, when I wanted to have a coach, is more of like this one-on-one aspect, the accountability, the person, just when I have a problem, can I hop on a call with them so they can help me out? That was the only reason why. Because like you said, like the information, they will tell you what you already know. I think that's everywhere. So yeah, if you feel that in your intuition, like maybe it's not the right time to do it now, and that's okay. It's fine. You can just keep going what you're doing, and I think you have enough information, and then when you get more clients, you have more space to invest without you like worrying a lot about the finances. Then do it.
Yeah, because I was thinking I would invest in it if it was like 2,500, 3K or maximum 4,000, but 9K right away is just seems so much. And
Okay.
when I
And
look at the numbers, it's like I pay 3,500 upfront, and then for the next 7 months, for the next 5 months, I have to pay everything that I make from the agency. So that those numbers just did not make sense.
okay, and are you looking for, what are you actually, why search, like what exactly do you want? Because yeah, just tell me, what exactly do you want from, what did you want
Yes,
from search
let me
program?
tell you
Yeah.
what let me tell you what I do not want. I do not want the appointment setting or any of that. Because I
Okay.
just understood it's the volumes game at the end of the day. And what I really wanted was the TikTok offer and the backend. And then what I
Okay,
did
gotcha.
was I looked at all of the TikTok videos on YouTube and saw there's not really much to it. You just set up the TikTok just like Facebook. But what is actually required is the creatives, the strategy, and there's a bunch of
Yeah.
things, but it's not me that's going to do the service delivery as well, right? So I thought I just have to put together the network of VGC creators, and I think that should solve the problem, because that's really about it with the TikTok offer. You have to have UGC creators, um, and a TikTok guy who could run the ads.
Yeah, exactly. So that's about it, right? The TikTok
Yes,
offer.
yes.
Okay.
Apart from that, what I also wanted from Serge was that he knows how to systemize everything in the agency. So, and he just completely automates that onboarding, from the onboarding to
Mm-hmm.
signing the client and all of that. And I thought, will I not be able to do it myself with a Zapier and few other things?
You
But
can. We've done it, like at the agency. I've done it.
yeah,
Like
because
everything is
because
Zapier, all of that. Yeah.
exactly. So, but what I also thought was, yes, I can figure this all out myself, or I can just pay someone and give all of the framework to me. But just the price did not make so much sense. So I just thought it's not just a good thing to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
So just had to do. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that. And now what the reason why I really want to talk to you is because I want to get clear on the content and what I really want to do. Because yes, I told you in few days back that I want to specifically serve clothing brands with organic and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
recently I started reading another book, Gary Vee's Crushing It. Have you read it?
Yeah, years ago. So I'm not
Wow.
sure really, yeah, what's it
Yeah.
about, but you can tell me. But yeah,
Yeah. So he talks about documenting rather than creating, right?
yeah, yeah, of
And
course.
that point seemed so it just hit me so hard, Like all the time when I'm trying to create content for my agency, it's usually just I watch a bunch of videos and I take everything that I saw that is it was not something that I came up with or something that I have tried for myself. It's just something that someone told me that this is
Mm-hmm.
how things work, and I just do that
Yeah.
rabbit parrot sort of talking. I just learn it and I
Yeah.
just put it into a video. So I think that's kind of unethical because I have not done it myself. Like I'm just trying to act like an expert, which I'm really not. And what I realized was that I can either go about that way and that won't take me far, because you can
Mm-hmm.
only fake it for for.
Yeah.
But when it comes to agency, that's what I'm actually doing, and being in the agency space for some time now, I think I know a thing or two about growing an agency, right? So I can, instead of hearing and repeating what I know, I can just describe my experience and basically document the journey and build a personal brand in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I want to I'm planning to make agency sort of content, not because I want to sell a course or a coaching, but I want to genuinely look at the longer term picture and build a personal brand. And I think I can build a strong personal brand if I'm genuine and do not fake things.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I really agree with that. Yeah.
yeah. So what I'm thinking is, instead of making clothing brand content, I must basically document everything I do with the agency, how I'm going growing it, what are the difficulties I'm facing, everything that I learn along the way, to build enough social proof online, not with the intention to sell or something. But when I do get the results with clothing, with the clients that we currently have, I can just share those testimonials and the videos and few things that we have tested ourselves, even if it is just UGC, right? So recently I was thinking of making a UGC related content on how to get the best UGCs, while I have not run a single TikTok ad. So
Yeah.
I can just do it myself and then make a video about how we did it and how it worked out. So that's how I'm planning to transition. But there are two problems here. First is that if I try to make agency related content and me trying to document my agency journey, clothing brands wouldn't find it interesting. So I'm targeting the agency niche now. And secondly, when I mix that clothing brand results with that same, on that same YouTube channel, I think I'm trying to speak to two different audiences, and I'm not sure how well that's going to work out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good question. Something that I was thinking in the past as well. But that, and yet you see like many people, like for example, I don't know if you like Iman also done this in the past when he was running his agency like super actively. His channel was like, for agency owners, and then he shared like results of his info product and e-com brands, like also there's this guy Boyan, he does like email marketing, maybe you've heard of him before.
Yes.
So he told once, I don't know, on YouTube channel or in his course or something, that he gets inbound leads for his ecom agency, for his email marketing agency from YouTube. And if you see his YouTube channel, you have like lots of email marketing things, and then he also shares content for agency owners, like day in a life,
Correct.
or how to get agency clients or how to cold email agency clients, so he does both of these things. So, and also his product, he sells like $1,000 product, and he is targeting both of it to like agency owners who want to do like better email marketing for their clients, as well as ecom founders themselves. So
Yes.
yeah, I think like don't overthink it. Like, you can do both and see. It's about like just do it and then see what the market will tell you, like what the numbers will tell you, because you can overthink or plan everything, but if you don't put it out there, you don't know, right? And here's the thing, like I always thought like whenever I put out content, like everyone will see it like in my network. But the thing is, I've read recently like 95% of people in your network never see the post that you post. So maybe, those e-com owners won't see the particular post you share for agency owners or something like that. But I think it's better because those e-com founders will see you as a person, and it's different. And you know that you're a business owner, and maybe they will like it. And they will
Yeah.
maybe sign up with you because they will see how you run the agency, how ethical are you, how all of that, the back end. And sometimes
Exactly.
people,
So
yeah, like back end.
that's
Yeah.
also one way to think about it, because if you look at E-Man, yes, he used to attract. Now he closed down his agency. I think he made
Yeah.
a video.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
he used to make a lot of agency owners content, and he would market like, oh, we have the biggest agency owners community on earth or something like that. And if an e-com brand owner looks at it and he thinks like, oh, so he is the boss of the agency owners, now people are more
Mhm.
likely to do business, right? Because they see like he's teaching how to do it for to other agency owners, then he must be good at it, right? So that's also one way to think about it. But what I really was thinking is that I do not want to do something that I'm not, like, confident, or not something that I have done myself, because I don't want to play this thing for the short term, definitely. So
Yeah,
just like, I've completely realized that honesty is the key. I have
it
been I
is.
have been like, very super honest right from the beginning with the results and the agency. I don't know, like, I was forced to, honestly, like, if you do not have the results, like, everybody was like making big claims, and I just thought to myself, if you do not make these big claims, there's no way you're going to sign clients. While the opposite is true, everyone is making big claims. When you try to sound genuine and speak in little numbers, the clients are more likely to trust you. This is what I noticed in the recent days.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, when I was running Facebook ads a year ago, many people told me like, I had case studies. I literally have it on a screenshot from like our ads manager that we've done ROAS of 20 and 25. And we had a screenshot of it. And so I've written that in like my emails, and I had like approved that we've done it, but still people told me on the call that they feel sometimes reluctant to reply or book a call or go with an agency that has such big clients. But it was a fact, we've done that a year ago. But they said, like, one prospect told me like the smaller numbers are sometimes better. Like if you can tell me you can get like 5 to 8 or 5 to 10 ROAS on a monthly basis, that's more believable, and they're more comfortable with it. So exactly what you said, like sometimes it's crazy how quite the opposite is true, like with results and all of that. So yeah, it's good realization.
exactly. So I also had like my second client tell me that, like, I used to make like these document type of videos. I would share screen and show these things. He would get bombarded with a lot of ads agencies that would, like, show their Lambos and, like, all of that, and would say like, we will produce this and that. And he was like, I saw all of those flashy things, and I was like, you knew what you were talking about. You were just creating your screen and, like, showing all these things. So people believe that the simplicity and, like, these are the people who are
Yeah,
genuine. Like Iman and Trey, who are you likely to believe? So
exactly. And I wanted to say like Iman and Kai, like we talked about this year ago. Like Kai never flashes, Lamborghinis or his watches or stuff like that, and he only puts out valuable content. And guess what? Then Kai became like, the best known guy to go to, because he's like pure honesty, pure value, no flashy, stuff. Just, and that's the
yeah,
truth.
correct. But there's also like three types of people, right? Like, the fish, shark, and whale type of
Yeah,
clients. The fish and half of sharks go to Iman Gaji. The shark and whales go to the Kai, because these people are more interested
exactly.
in
Yeah,
the in getting far ahead, and these newbies are always like, oh, he has Lambo. Let me see what he has to offer. So
exactly.
that's what attracts them. So I was thinking that with my clothing, okay. So also one question was that there are many agency owners out there that literally make no content online, but still, like, manage to sign clients for their agency without making any content. And there's me who
Mhm.
makes content but still, like, kind of struggles to sign a client. Do you think having a content really makes a difference for agency?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. So tough one. I asked my coach this because I wanted to do like organic Facebook marketing with the agency. And he told me that, yeah, it can work, but he tried it like just for the sake of example. He doesn't help, like he's not like an agency owner, but he act as if he was. So he reached out to some sort of a roof real estate or someone that does roof, like lead gen business agency.
Mm,
And he actually got a meeting, and he told me like for lead gen, Facebook is great, but for ecom,
okay.
he told me like I should probably do like a hybrid model, like sending outbound messages, but for example, in the emails, attaching some sort of a YouTube link for a video that they can check out, or sending an outbound email or outbound message and then connecting with them on LinkedIn and nurturing them through that particular thing, or sending them a cold Instagram message and then somehow, just like a mix. That's something I'm trying as well, like mix it together. And it works. Like in the past, like 2 years ago, year ago, I used to do that, and I actually got a client when I put my YouTube video on a website, and she watched it, and she was like, "This is the exact thing that persuade me to book a call with you and become your client." So it works, and I think it's really important. And I see a lot of people on YouTube that sign inbound leads from those YouTube videos. So I wouldn't like overthink it. If something is not working, then try something else, like 80-20 it. I've heard this principle of 80-20 your business, meaning do 80% that works, and then on the side try 20% that could work or not. But it's like 20% of experimenting that you can do, but 80% keep what you're doing, and 20% do something different and see if it works or not. So for you, it could be attaching like a YouTube video or doing some sort of that thing. Or I think it works. I think it's important because that separates you. I still believe I haven't myself cracked a code as of yet how to make it like automatic. Like, for example, how to create this framework that works, creating content for agency. I just know that when I put out the content, I share it or just share it with some people in the emails or stuff like that. It works. Like they click on it and they get more aware because we want to build that, trust. But there are also some people, they say like, you don't have to put much content. Charlie Morgan, he doesn't really believe in 7-hour rule, and he built his 2 7-figure companies, like one 7-figure agency that he sold, and his current business, he's helping lead agency owners with lead generation. And he pretty much teaches that, and he built it to 7 figures, and he never pretty much put like content first or doing groups. He just done cold outreach in a way that pretty much makes them interested.
Yeah, but if we think about it logically, it makes sense. Like, why would I buy from someone that sends me a cold DM? So, like, naturally, we know the answer, but it's just that, like, the reason why I'm asking this question is because I do not see Eman, Kai, or any of these big people make any piece of content for e-commerce brands. But there are people who do make content. So the question is really like, do these people actually watch even like, any pieces of content? Because most agency owners I know are in a course for sure. But there's not many e-commerce brand owners that are enrolled in a course. These are like actual entrepreneurs who just like, they were not more like an online entrepreneur. They were real, like, real life entrepreneur sort of people. So that's why, like, I think maybe the content is necessary or not for these people. But yeah, so the plan that I'm really putting together is to make document videos, because I genuinely believe this is the right way to do a business. Now you think of starting an agency, do not start for straight 1 or 2 years, make a lot of content around it, then start an agency. Or like not even that, I would say. Like, first the goal is to make a lot of content, then start the business, because acquisition is the biggest thing that you have to figure out. And if you have that natural leads coming in, it's so much easier.
I mean, look, you want to do both. Like, you want to do like slow burn and long burn strategies. Slow burn strategies are like doing daily outreach, outbound, inbound, wherever, but doing the outreach, putting yourself out there, reaching out to these people. And slow burn is more like that takes more of a time. So doing YouTube and being long-term and patient with what you do, so yeah, like you said, like building that brand, putting out content, that's like more like slow burn, or how do you say that? Yeah, something like this. You want like short term and long term, you can say that. Short term, doing outreach every day to hit your numbers, and long term to build that brand. So then you can pretty much automate the whole, like Trade did. He was doing lots of 5 years worth of content, but daily outreach, daily acquisition, and now he doesn't have to do anything because he makes 200K a month from YouTube and Instagram because he has that audience. Only he has to do like one Trey Cochran.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he has to just post one story and he gets like 50 meetings, out of that one story. So it's super powerful. Yeah, so I totally agree with you on that. Like, building content is huge. And I just was thinking about like whenever you have this thought of mixing your agency life and ecom life or whatever for SMMA owners and for ecom brand owners, then think about it that way. You have these ecom brands, you know, that clothing brands, so they produce clothes, but it's even stronger for you to buy, like you like those
Did it
brands
make a lot
more
of
when,
sound? Did it
yeah,
make a
a
lot of
little
sound?
bit,
Oh, sorry.
a bit, no worries.
Yes.
No, I just wanted to say, like, when you are buying from a brand and you know their
Hmm.
backstory, what they're working on the back end, are you more likely to buy from them or not?
Absolutely.
See, so
More
that's the same
likely.
thing. Yeah, so they share their backstory. You see founders posting on their stories how they manufacture those clothes or how they create those products and all of that. And it's not really anything connected to the clothing and let's buy these clothes. It's more of like
Mhm.
the backstory. And that makes you more interested in buying from that brand because you know who they are. You know those people like Huel, the supplement Huel does amazing thing when it comes to their marketing. They share everything, you know, they're so open about what they do, even about like the layouts of their offices, their mission and all of that. So people love to buy from them, even just because for who they are, not even the product. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So it's not so much about value all the time.
yeah,
It's more about documenting and showing the other side of things.
because
So
value,
that's
everyone can do value. You have full YouTube,
exactly.
thousands of videos of value, so that's the thing.
And one thing Eman did very well was that right from the start, he just documented everything he could. And that's
Yeah,
really why, like, he's been like very successful compared to
exactly,
anyone online.
exactly.
Perfect. That makes so much more sense. Yeah. So always I'm in short of like what kind of content should I produce, because I only know
Hmm.
so much and I'm learning and I just apply, like, yeah, we just produce a lot of vlogs or any type of agency content I can, to show behind the scenes stuff and more value, right? And how's
Yeah,
your mindset coaching coming along?
yeah, so really slow, because I, still have like I've been focusing on agency more, but yeah, I would love
Mm.
to go more into that, but still like not sure about a couple of things. But yeah, it's just very slow. Like I'm not taking any, I'm not having any new clients or stuff like that. So yeah, at
Yeah,
the
I mean the
moment.
starting is the hardest part for sure. Once you
Yeah,
get that
exactly.
momentum, it's just so much easier from there, for sure.
This is very true. That's so true.
Perfect. Yes, thanks so much, Miriam. Thanks so much for being on the
Yeah,
call.
any of course, any other questions that you'd like to answer? Anything
Let
from
me
any
see.
area of the business.
Mm, I'm really confused as to what I should do, because I'm planning to study in Canada, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
intake was on January, and then it had to, like, I had to defer that intake to May because there was some problem with the visa and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going in, like, the intake is in May. Now when I go there, I have to, like, the field that I'm taking, cyber security, is just like very in-depth subject. There's so many things to learn there. I'm not sure how will I manage the living and the course plus the agency. How did you
Don't
do that?
don't think about that. Don't think about that. Like it's way too far ahead. It's almost like a year or maybe 10 months or how long, 9 months. But don't think about that as of yet. You will figure it out. I did the like just time management. I still have uni here.
Mhm.
This just started like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it's just about like time management and priorities. So um, doing the activities that give you the biggest results. You can
Mm,
still focus on your course full time, you could say, like 40 hours a week, and then you can still do, if you do the right things for your agency, you have a team, so service delivery is taken care of. The only thing you have to do is, for example, content and outreach. You can do that, like you can do that early in the morning before your course starts, or just structure it. It's all about structure and prioritization, honestly. That's why I've been able to survive during this 2 years of uni so far. But it's been tough. Some days are super tough because there are some things you have to do, so I have to put my businesses on hold. I'm super mad at it, but I still gotta do it. So yeah, it's just about like priorities, and being consistent with everything. So yeah, just these things, but don't worry about it. Like it's way too ahead. Like it's way too ahead, and many
Yes.
things can happen. One thing can happen that your agency will be automized, you know, like you will have clients coming in, a salesperson taking the calls. Only you would have to do, you know, 1 to 2 hours a week of work, you know, maybe that will happen if you find the right
Yeah.
framework client. So don't worry about that. I promise you, just stay focused on what you're doing and let the future be future, but do everything that you can to make sure that, for example, set like create a goal for yourself. How would you want your agency to look like in May 2023 or whenever, like during your college years? Like, how do you want your agency to look like? How much would you like to make? What exactly do you want to have? And then reverse engineer the process and start every day to build that thing, that vision into a reality, and you will get there eventually.
Definitely, that's so true. Not to worry about things that are in the future, but yeah, but this is just something that I thought that I always have on the
Yeah.
back of my mind because I do not even cook or anything right now. It's just my parents that do everything for me, and all of a sudden I have to take care of every single thing.
Yeah,
So
that's life. You know, you will learn. Like it's gonna be fun, but maybe you will just order some food delivery, a cleaner, you'll be fine. You know, that's the
yeah,
future.
that's what I'm planning to like grow agency so big that I do not have to do anything else apart from studying and going to
Exactly.
agency. So it motivates me to work even harder. So before the stage comes, I have everything figured out. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually the same for me, you know, because I'm ending uni in May 2023. So I'm you know, going back to like, you know, getting like apartment and stuff like that. So it is a motivation to, you know, go because the college years are over, you know, and it starts, you know, and the biggest. So yeah, the same what you're doing right now. I have the same thing, but it's just a slightly different scenario. You're going to college, me going off to college, you know, to start
Wow,
full time, full time the entrepreneurial dream. And it also has like
crazy.
questions. I also want to like optimize everything and be able to do that. So yeah, I just try not to think a lot about the future. I just try to do what I can right now and just having
Yes,
faith and somehow of a like abundant mindset and just going, you know?
for sure. That's the right way. Like, who would
Yeah.
have thought a year back we would be here? Like, definitely, as long as you stay consistent, things come aligned together. So you're
Yeah.
planning to stay in London?
And I'm going back to Slovakia for a year or two to
Okay.
pretty much be there to build, because life in Slovakia is super cheap. Like in London, like
Hmm.
it's incredibly expensive, and I can get
Doesn't
like,
matter where we are.
yeah,
The
exactly.
online
And all of these
entrepreneur.
people say, yeah, like you see people saying, like, go to, when you're building your business, go to somewhere cheap, live somewhere where it's
Correct.
cheap rent, cheap food, and just build your business, you know, because at that stage, you don't have to worry about anything. And once you build your business, your life, the capital, the money, then go move to a bigger city and enjoy your life, you know? So that's what I'm planning to do
Absolutely.
for the next year or two, to build some, you know, capital to build the businesses and then go into uh, too long. So yeah, and Slovakia is super cheap to live in. Like the monthly expenses with the rent is like less than 1,000 euros. So
Awesome. Wow.
that's
I
very
mean,
cheap, you know.
India is much cheaper than Slovakia.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah,
Like, I'm not even
yeah.
sure. I think 600 or 700 per month is like it's like, yeah,
Wow,
so that's the cost monthly.
that's incredible. Crazy, crazy.
Uh,
See, if you look at it that
yeah,
way, it all makes sense, right? Like if you look at it from that perspective.
yes. Um, yeah, that's pretty much with the questions, Miriam. Like
Mhm.
content, that's the part. If we can have enough content, like that's the game changer. Let me see if I have any final questions. Mm, yes, that's it.
Yeah,
Thanks so much. Thanks
awesome.
for hopping
Of
on.
course. Yeah, let me know if there's anything else. Just message me on Slack.
Of course, of course. Thanks so much,
Awesome.
Miriam.
Of course. Thank you too. Take care.
Great. Bye bye.
Bye.